I'm Rick.
And I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jeff.
And this is the
Conspiracy Zone.
Yeah, fellas.
Today we have a very somber topic.
Do we?
Yeah.
What are we getting into, buddy? Is it, it's yours.
It's mine. It's mine.
Okay.
Cancer for profit.
Cancer.
Cancer.
Oh, man, that's a
for-
double.
Yeah,
that's a double whammy.
That's real rough, bro.
So we're going to talk about why there hasn't been a cure, if there is a cure, if it's hidden, who's profiting off there not being a cure, who would profit if there was a cure, and why do we have to go through this all the time with our loved ones when there is somebody named James Turner who came up with the cure years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
James
Okay.
Turner.
Is that what you found in your
Dr.
research there, buddy?
James Turner. Yep. And there's a whole mysterious death behind that, but we'll get into that.
Wait.
Don't
See,
tell me he died of cancer.
Cancer isn't just cancer isn't like you have cancer. It's specific.
It is.
So like
It's a bunch of
you
diseases.
can't come up with the cure for cancer.
You're absolutely right.
You'd have to come up with like 1,000 different cures for different cancers.
All right,
Yeah.
so walk us through why you think this dude would be the dude.
Well, we'll get there, but cancer treatment and care represents one of the most profitable areas of healthcare industry. The significant profits made up by pharmaceutical companies. I should just not read and talk, right?
Pharmaceutical.
Well, anyway, they make medical devices.
They make
They
pills.
make a pill.
They make things.
Yeah.
They make things.
So the global impact of curing cancer would be $1 trillion annually lost. $1 trillion.
Oh, yeah,
that's,
yeah.
That's not
Absolutely.
a small number. Now, there are 4 ways to cure cancer. So you poison, cut, burn, and melt. And I know melt is like, what the fuck is melt? But that's a new one. That's actually, people say that like we haven't gotten anywhere with cancer. That's where we've gotten with cancer, and it's kind of a big deal. And, you know, it's not quite the cure, but we're getting there.
Yeah, we're learning to isolate and target too, like with, like, I don't know, not bacteria, but different like organisms that'll just eat cancer cells or shit like that.
Right. Well, melt is it's the other word is immunotherapy. So we all know cancer is mostly comprised of cells that keep reproducing, and they don't die, and they just fuck everything up in your body. Your body doesn't recognize the cells as a threat, and they continue to have like free reign all over.
Yeah,
they don't kill them off. So immunotherapy takes off the mask, so that your body can see that the cell is a threat. It's like, all right, this one is. It's not a cop; it's a robber.
Yeah,
get this one.
Teaches it like like a vaccine almost.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I mean that is. I mean, just hearing that's some sci-fi shit that you would like. Think about you told people that in the 50s, they'd be like, "Nah, that can't happen."
Yeah, that we're not there.
Yeah, but
yet.
like almost no one had cancer in the 50s.
Yeah,
they only
This
got
is
cancer
also
if
true.
you smoked.
Yeah. So we'll get into like what causes cancer and stuff like
food.
that. Too.
Yeah,
food is a big one. So big pharma profits the most. We all agree with that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So big pharma, when we say that, we're not just saying like your pharmacists, your pharmaceutical companies. There's tiers to this stuff. So there's politicians that profit off of big pharma. There's regulators that profit off of big pharma. There's doctors. Everybody's profiting off this. Pharmaceutical companies making money, and it trickles down. So a lot of people have a lot to lose if the cure does happen. Yeah. Now, this is the trick. How far would big pharma go to stop the cure? So we just talked about James Turner. Dr. James Turner was a renowned biochemist working on the forefront of cancer research. He had been making significant strides in developing a revolutionary treatment that could potentially disrupt the pharmaceutical industry. In 2000, oh, fuck you.
I was waiting for all these medical terms to start happening.
In 2010, just as he was about to publish the groundbreaking findings, Dr. Turner was found dead in his lab under suspicious circumstances. Suspicious. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
All right.
Someone didn't do their vocal warm-ups. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, you do that before the show, not during the show. Let's go.
All right. The official cause of death is an accidental overdose of lab chemicals. How does that happen? Why do you even
spill it?
But like it's called an overdose. Why do you dose? It should just be like a dose of lab chemicals. Like, is there enough? Is there like a number that don't kill you for lab chemicals?
Yeah.
Yeah, but those who knew him, like his colleagues, they're convinced that would have never happened. He was super careful. So he was just about to publish his paper, and they think, they silenced him.
Yeah.
One of James' colleagues said James was on the brink of something huge. He told me his work could change the way we treat cancer, making it affordable and accessible. But he also mentioned receiving threats, strange phone calls, warnings to drop his research. He was scared, but he didn't want to stop, and then he was gone. That's one of his colleagues.
How about a bribe?
Oh, maybe.
Why don't they just buy him?
Would you take a bribe?
We're talking about
curing
dude,
cancer.
you just gave an entire infrastructure of who's making money off of the big, pharmaceutical industry. Why not just be like, listen, bro, we're going to give you $100 million to just shut it down.
Would you do that, though?
Would I do it?
I wouldn't.
I don't know. It depends how close I thought I was.
You're talking about, and they're going to suppress this information. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of millions of people's
You think
lives.
that's never happened?
You would be as bad as Hitler.
But do you think it's never happened?
Yeah, that happens.
It may. I mean, that's why what we're talking about.
Yeah.
There are people out there that would do it. There's shitty people out there.
Why not wait to buy the patent
There you go.
and suppress it that way? Big companies have done that for decades, centuries. They wait till you patent something, and then they just buy it off you and bury it. So it doesn't compete with their technology.
I feel like if you patent the cure for cancer, I don't know if that would be swept under the rug. The pharmaceutical company that bought it and buried it, they'd be lynched.
By who? Who would know?
I think that if you found the cure for cancer, first off, there's funding that happened. There's rounds of funding.
Yeah, but
there's
who's going to believe Dr. Turner found the cure for cancer if he goes, oh, I found it when they bought it from me and they lied about it?
Okay, well, let's go over.
You're going to be like, who the fuck's this guy?
Let's go over Dr. Turner's timeline. In the weeks leading up to his death,
All right, let's go.
Turner reportedly became increasingly paranoid. He was paranoid. He thought he was onto something. They thought he was onto something. He mentioned being followed and his home was broken into. Nothing was stolen, just broken into. It's just kind of like threats. Friends say that he was unusually cautious, even refusing to eat food that he didn't prepare himself.
So there's something definitely going on to make him paranoid.
He's got something.
For
he knows
sure.
He got something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, now it's making
these
a
are
little
all
more
like
sense here.
stories that people are saying. Who knows if
But
any
people
of
that
really
are close
happened.
with him, right? They said he was a careful guy. He went and had, this chemicals in him.
You know what? Every time I watch Dateline,
Yeah.
the killer's family always go, they wouldn't kill anybody. So whenever you go, he wouldn't have messed up in the lab. Yeah,
Right.
okay. That's just because you like him.
Do an opening to one of them.
Yeah, you
What?
got
It's like, I got one.
you
In
got
the
him?
sleepy town of Salem.
Yeah.
They always open the same. I love that dude's voice. Who is that? Lester Holt?
There's
It's
a
not
whole
Lester
bunch
Holt.
of them, but that one guy,
Who's the
Morris,
best?
Keith Morris.
Is that who it
Keith
is?
Morris.
He's
That's
the
the
best
guy.
one. Yep.
All right, so doctors reached.
Oh, damn. Oh, cancer.
I
That's
got
cancer.
it? Oh, shit. You can't even say it around
That is
here.
a symptom.
Just hacked out a whole cancer.
Dr. Turner's research was poised to upend the multi-billion-dollar cancer treatment market. His work focused on a compound that targeted cancer cells without the toxic side effects of chemotherapy, a discovery that could drastically reduce the need for expensive treatments and drugs. If successful, it would have rendered many existing treatments obsolete, cutting the profit margins of pharmaceutical giants. It is possible that these companies have vested interest in Dr. Turner's research, and that's why it didn't see the light of day. Dr. Turner's case is shrouded in unanswered questions. Was he really on the brink of a breakthrough that could have changed the world, or was he a victim of his own ambition? Like, did the evidence or lack thereof point to the possibility of foul play? I mean, there's really nothing there besides break-ins and people saying shit. And without a proper investigation, which never happened, we'll never know. So, to me, this is far-fetched a little bit, right?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's like assassinating, because there's a few reasons why.
Hit it.
Well, who did he work for?
I don't know. I think he was just like an independent, funded by his research was funded.
Right,
I don't know by who.
But like, where did he work out of? He
don't
had to
know.
work in some big lab somewhere, right?
And you think
He wasn't in
you're
his
right,
garage,
right.
So like all of the people. Plus, you don't do all that research by yourself.
Right, you have
you
a
have
team.
research
Right.
assistants, you have research partners, So you have a team of people. Where are all those people? Are they all dead?
Yeah, I guess somebody would have known something.
Right,
Maybe
somebody's
they're
working.
just- they get it and they're
like,
quiet.
It's not like some guy in the garage, like you see on a movie where they discover this key to the universe in the garage by themselves and no one else knows about it. There would be, at least a handful, if not dozens of people who would have been following his research the whole way along and would know, like, even if he died, they'd still know all the elements of what he was doing and how to just put it right back on track. And,
Right.
if he did make some discovery one day and then died the next day, the rest of his team would make that discovery eventually along the way. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, most definitely.
Well, I mean, to me, the dangers of spreading something like that are people would donate less. Like if you
it's
think
a
that
chilling,
it's just
it's a chilling effect. It would make people go like, "Well, I don't want to research this shit."
Right, and even though we don't have a cure, they never came up with a cure. And I'm not saying even like, well, they would kill us. I'm saying like, if you're a layman like who doesn't know anything about the research, but has somebody who maybe passed away, and you donate, and you hear these things, you're like, why would I give my money if they're just killing the people?
Yeah, they're just whacking everyone.
Yeah, and it has an effect. People are not donating like they should. And even though we don't have a cure, strides have been made directly from this type of funding.
Yeah.
Like the breakthroughs in cancer research mean that fewer people are dying in cancer. And in fact, deaths from cancer are down 33%.
Well, that's awesome.
Yep.
And they're down like from when? Because I've
read between 91 and 2000.
Yeah. See, I've read since like
2020. I'm sorry, 91
the 70s or something. It's down like 60%.
Yeah.
Because so like we're making incremental progress all the time. So everybody would be killing off loads of doctors and scientists. And they were trying.
And I want to talk about like who would want the cure, right? And we're talking about who doesn't want the cure. Think about insurance companies. Insurance companies,
most definitely. They're the ones that
ongoing treatment can cost them anywhere from $10,000 to $200,000 per patient, and over $100,000 per surgery, if not more.
Right.
So, I mean, them footing the bill for cancer, I mean, that's killing their profit margins.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're just as evil and as powerful as Big Pharma.
Yeah, right.
So
it's like two super villains
working together.
Yeah. So I think they would stop it, right?
Well, they would certainly look into it and be like, "Oh, look, we could cure cancer, but the pharmaceutical industry won't let us." I think the real conspiracy is more like there's no incentive to cure it.
Yeah, right.
Like the insurance companies aren't going to invest in R&D to actually, come up with anything. They're just there to make profits off of not giving people money to get treated. Whereas the pharmaceutical companies, most of their R&D money comes from us. Like they use our money to do the research, and then they benefit off of the profits once they come up with stuff. So like they're the ones that have the vested interest in not having a cure, but it's not like I don't think it's as evil as they're hiding the cure. Mm-hmm. It's more like don't worry about it. We're not going to devote a lot of our resources to trying to cure it. We're going to devote all our resources to trying to make drugs that'll keep people alive as long as possible.
Right, and then the biggest thing that I think of when you say that is how you say resources. What the fuck was that? Resources? How do you say resources?
Resources.
It's resources.
What do you mean, bud?
How do you pronounce it? Resources?
Yeah.
It's resources.
Resources, right?
Yeah, or resources.
Yeah, or resources.
Fucking weirdo.
Right. I didn't know which way you were saying was wrong.
It's resources. Your resources, not resources.
All right.
Fucking heathen.
All right, buddy. I didn't even catch it.
I can think of another big industry that would want cancer cured, right? And I think if you can guess what I'm thinking of, either one of you.
What
big
industry
that would want it cured?
That would profit. Sales would go up for them if cancer was cured.
If cancer was cured, I don't know.
Who would make money off this?
Big tobacco.
Old age homes.
Big tobacco.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we know tobacco causes cancer.
Right.
And why doesn't the FDA or Drug Administration, why don't they all just ban it? Instead, they tax the crap out of it. So there's about 2.6 million tobacco-related cancer deaths globally. It accounts for 24.7% of all cancer-related deaths globally, and in America, it's 30%.
Damn.
30% of cancers. Tobacco's the real fucking enemy here.
Yeah.
So cancer due to tobacco use is about $300 billion in healthcare services cost.
Yeah.
That cost them $300 billion. So the insurance companies no wonder they try to push the patch and all. Like they'll cover it. You get the patch and you get whatever you want.
Get off that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And the U.S. government would stand to lose over $11 billion a year that they generate through tobacco if they ban tobacco.
$11 billion?
$11 billion.
That's it? That's nothing. That's
well,
like for them.
It's
right?
like a penny.
Yeah. Well, I guess
but
so.
again, people ain't smoking that much these days, right? More people.
Yeah, well, they would
shit.
stand to gain so much more from not covering the treatments of those people that are on Medicare and all that shit. So
Yeah,
I think you're wiping out that $11 billion in a month.
Oh, okay.
With the savings on not having to cover treatment.
All right, how much do you think big tobacco would lose if it were disappeared? How much does big tobacco make annually?
Oh, geez, I don't know.
I guess
$10 billion.
$10 billion?
Yeah,
Josh. And I'm talking about globally.
Oh, globally.
Oh shit.
$100 billion.
$100 billion.
80
billion. The number is $1,049 billion.
What the fuck?
That's a trillion.
That's how it's worded.
Wait,
what is a trillion?
1,000 billion.
Reading that wrong. 1 trillion.
Yeah.
Okay. And 49.
And he's going about you for your shit.
Yeah.
1,000 million.
I don't know how numbers work. But.
Well, that's not your strong suit. It's all right.
1,000 billion.
So, I mean, look, if we banned tobacco, right, a lot of industries would lose money. Insurance company would, gain money. But we'd sure be able to, like, punch cancer in the dick. We wouldn't be able to cure it. 30% in America. Gone, not getting cancer if we just, banned it. That number doesn't even include other tobacco-related deaths.
Yeah.
Like, cancer's not the only thing. I mean, you got COPD and a couple other things.
Emphysema.
Yeah. It's just cancer. Tobacco is...
Dude, how does tobacco even stay, alive? Yeah. Like, it's so much bad shit, and yet...
Right. All the things you should cancel.
Yeah.
And they go for other dumb shit.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like, the stuff we're not allowed to have. Like,
you're not allowed to smoke weed. Because it makes you feel a little lightheaded, but just put this pure poison right into yourself.
Oh, it makes total sense.
It's such an industry that's embedded in the in the birth of America.
Of course,
they're not. It's not going anywhere. What they do is they tax the bullshit out of it.
Yeah,
and then they
try
make
to
their money. That's
away,
a deterrent, and they make money.
Yeah, well, the back in the 90s, the Clinton administration went after tobacco and got a lot of the reasons that you tax the shit out of them, and they had to pay out big lawsuits for emphysema and cancer and all back then, which really it really fucked up tobacco for a long time.
Oh, okay.
And they got them to stop. They weren't. You remember when Joe Camel went away?
Yeah, you weren't allowed to advertise no more.
Oh yeah, the Marlboro man. He was a staple in Port Richmond over there.
Oh, yeah. Giant cowboy leaning on the wall.
But you're not smoke. Yeah, you're not allowed to advertise anything with a cartoon. Because it targets kids.
Well, think about the
Joe
cartoons
Camel.
we had.
Joe Camel was like a cool fucking cartoon.
You ever see the old Flintstone commercials for Winston's?
No.
Oh, you got to Google that. One of the Flintstone sponsors was Winston cigarettes,
right?
And it's just like a
just
bunch of commercials.
Fred, here, have a Winston.
It's early on when the Flintstones were still in black and white, and he's just like, nothing like sitting down having a brontosaurus burger and a Winston, and then she lights his cigarette with a fucking dinosaur.
Well, all of our
those cartoons were made for adults though back then. That was a prime time. That was a prime time show.
Oh shit!
It was like Family. It was like Family Guy
or some shit.
It was like the Honeymooners, just in cartoon form with dinosaurs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, what is the real cure for cancer? It's not. I mean, the real cure is preventative.
Stop doing terrible shit to yourself.
It's preventative measures. So, I mean, it avoid things in your environment. I mean, we know the sun. Now, you can't completely avoid it, but when you know you're going to be out, they wear some protection.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you going to be one of them people with the fucking umbrellas out there? I don't think so, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And early
walking around with an umbrella.
Just keeping that sun rays off.
Yeah, like there's only so much you can fucking do
just
with
give
that.
me the cancer.
Yeah. I think skin cancer is pretty curable at this point.
Is it really?
Unless you get like a bad one, it's
a bad dose of it.
Yeah,
is that how you would say it?
I don't know. I guess a bad
case.
A bad case. Yeah.
Bad case. Maybe.
Yeah. So I mean, what else can you do to protect yourself? You got stop
wear
smoking.
A condom.
That's AIDS, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He's thinking of AIDS.
You're right.
The most insidious problem is food and the poison that gets put into our food, like through Monsanto, the chemical company that makes like Roundup and shit like that. Roundup's like liquid cancer that you spray all over your lawn. And people still do it. I don't understand it.
Rick used to huff that shit when we were kids.
Yeah. But they put like all that shit goes into the, it's pesticides and all that shit that gets in our food. And then there's just ingredients in our foods that if you go to Europe, like
when
half
I was in
of
Ireland,
shit
it was amazing.
is banned over there. You're not allowed to. You can't like have Oreos in Europe because it's like They're like, that's poison. They don't even consider it food. It's not a food.
Right. Yeah, when I was in Ireland, they didn't have a lot of shit.
Yeah, they don't have anything.
And then when you even eat the
considered
beef
poison
without all the hormones and shit, it's like a different experience. It's weird.
I would love to go over there and try this. They're probably gross to us because it doesn't have all the delicious chemicals.
No, it tastes better to me.
Actually, my buddy Brian went to Ukraine back at, like 15 years ago. He said it's crazy over there. All the fruit tastes like candy.
Yeah, it's
because
so
it's so pure. Like
right.
they only eat what comes out of the ground like that week.
Right.
Like when you go to the farmer's market, it was grown right down the street. No like pesticides. No, and he's like, it's like candy. He goes, blueberries taste like blueberry candy does.
The blueberries taste like blueberries.
I thought he was going to quote Willy Wonka. The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
That's exactly what I thought he was saying. I was like, oh, shit, let's go.
Yeah, that's cool. We should get back to that.
Yeah.
The cost.
But here, no, they're not in a capitalist society that's just hell-bent on like making the cheapest shit.
Well, I mean, we know we have these things around us, but another thing you can do is your screenings, right? Early screenings. Like if you have it in your family, it runs in your family, get screened. If you notice something different
get out there
on your body or just
things.
a feeling, go get it checked out. You have insurance.
You check for two of everything on yourself?
Do I check what?
Like if you feel like a weird thing.
I got weird things all over.
Say you go like this and you feel your elbow and you're like, wait, do I have one on this side too?
As
long as you have two, you're like, all
the time, baby. I'm there like twice a week.
Yeah. You're like, all right,
it's like, I'm pretty sure this got bigger.
If I get something like a bump or something, I give it a time frame.
That's what I do.
If you're not going in a week, maybe I'll talk to somebody.
I give it a time frame. That's reasonable.
I won't even Google it unless it's there.
I won't even Google. Dude, I don't even do that.
Dude,
shit.
and
give me a heart
men,
attack.
it really should be said that we're just terrible. Like my mom died of colon cancer. I'm 47. I still haven't gone and gotten a colonoscopy.
Well, that's silly.
It's stupid. It's just stupid. I just,
dude, that was the one thing Willie used to say.
I think it's good that we're doing this fucking podcast, this topic. You need to go, bro. This is an intervention, actually.
We talked about this earlier.
I think about it all the time. I just don't do it.
Bend over. I'll check. I know what I'm
That's my prostate.
What's this bully thing? Justice.
So
J5, don't touch me.
Just busting a nut.
But
trying to do my job.
Men in particular have a big problem with like.
Yeah.
If there's nothing wrong, you're not going to look for it.
Right.
And
but
if there is something wrong,
you're too late.
It's like, let me ignore it. It might go away in a little while.
It was a cramp.
Yeah. Right. Or as long as I have two of these lumps, that's fine.
And then they'll be the first one to yell at, like, I'll yell at my wife if she don't get something looked at. Like, I had this cough for a week. Are you out of your mind? You could die. Get your ass to the doctor. Yeah.
You're in trouble now.
Yeah, we just have like an ego thing. Like, that's not going to get me.
All right, so when we're going to make the appointment live on the show here?
No, we're not.
I'm not
doing the Katie Couric. Remember she did that on like Good Morning America?
Did she?
Yeah, she got like a colonoscopy live on the air.
Said,
they had like she was like laying on the table and they had a curtain in front of her. You could see her head.
That sounds
and then
like
you
Howard
could see
Stern
the guy
type
behind her like.
That's insane.
Yeah, she did it live on the air, but she did it. I think one of the other hosts did it too.
Well, we're not doing that here unless you can set it up. I don't want to see it. We'll get through it.
They put you to sleep now.
No, not for a colonoscopy, not anymore. Yeah, they used to put you to sleep.
No, my doctor just told me that I have to get one next year because of my age, and they were like, "Don't worry, they put you to sleep. You don't even know."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's how
I thought they have
door.
like non-invasive.
I want to go. I would
rather be asleep.
I don't need to be there for that.
Yeah, right. Rick's like, I wouldn't feel it all.
Yeah,
yeah, but I don't think you don't have to go to sleep. It's like maybe it's. I'm sure there's like 10 different ways of doing it.
I don't know if I want to go to sleep though. Dude, what if you wake up?
Yeah, what if you never wake up just because you didn't want to?
I'd rather never wake up than be awake for that shit.
You wake up, you got jizz running down your leg. Like, what happened?
Yeah, like why am I bicuspid sore?
Nothing hurts but my mouth.
Yeah.
Would you rather a guy or a girl give you a colonoscopy?
Here we go. I knew we were going. Might as well.
I'll have to.
Yeah, what would it be? Yeah, I'm going girl for me.
Or man or a woman. I don't know why we're referring to doctors.
Yeah, right.
Like I think I would want a man just because I don't want to be judged by it.
Yeah, you like it rough. I got it.
Yeah, like because I mean,
I feel like the woman would like be much gentler though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man's just getting it out, getting in and out. The girl's going.
It's just a number.
She probably like most.
She knows it's.
She knows what it feels like empathy, to have something inserted.
She has empathy.
Yeah,
pretty much. And she could be like, yeah,
dude. It'd be like a like how when an animal like where like an animal has something, a splinter stuck in their foot. We just grab it and yank it out because they can't tell us how much it hurts
unless they bite us. Like, that must.
I would want to interview the male doctor and see if he's a gentleman.
Oh my god, his handshake was weak.
Ask him how he deals with animals. Are you an animal lover?
What if he's got
what? Why's he got to be an animal?
What if he's got a firm handshake but a gentle manner?
There you go.
Firm handshake, gentle manner.
That sounds like Ricky.
I think I'd rather have weak handshake.
Are his hands calloused?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Throw it in.
Nah.
Yeah. He works on his own
He does too much.
Yeah. Nah, I don't
working on the old Red Dragon on the weekends.
Switching, I'll dig it. I'll take a girl.
Yeah.
And then they got smaller hands too. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Wait. Well, their hand's not going up there.
Yeah, no.
You don't know that.
They're not
You're
sleeping.
sleeping. You don't know.
That's why I prefer a woman, sir. That's why I'm going.
Yeah, I'm just going with a woman. Anything that do with my butthole's a woman involved.
I don't even know if I'm going to ask. I'm just as long as I'm asleep, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a man, woman, whatever.
All right.
To each their own.
Make that appointment. Me and Josh are going to accompany you.
Yeah. We're doing it live.
See what else we can stick up there, Doc.
That's funny.
Shit. He comes out, he's in the shape of an umbrella.
You guys will just rip my shirt off and have my titties out.
Yeah, that's
an umbrella.
We'll milk them.
Finally get that shirt popped off. I'd be so mad. Weekend, and then weekend at Bernie's style pictures with me.
Exactly
they make you take your shirt off when you get a colonoscopy.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
You got to get in the gown, bro.
See the fear on his face?
Yeah, not his asshole, but if
that's the case, I'll just ride it out.
What if you woke up and you were just shirtless, pants on, just shirtless?
I'd be mad because why am I?
That's like the
I have so many questions. I wake up with a lot of questions. I'd want to see the footage if there's footage. Like
he's a never nude. It's so good.
All right, so God. We talked about like how big companies profit off of this thing.
Yeah,
they're shitty individuals.
We're back to it.
Wait till you hear about this girl, Belle Gibson. Not Mel Gibson, Belle Gibson. Okay. But equally as terrible. So she's like a social media influencer over in Australia, and she didn't have much of
Australia. Isn't that where he was from?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess Gibson's a probably.
Or no, I think he lived over there with his family. He wasn't.
Yeah, he's Australian.
Yeah, no, Gibson he was born. I swear to God, he was born in New York, but then he moved at a young age.
Oh, okay.
To
I didn't know.
Well, he's got an accent. Though.
No, yeah, he lived there since his kid, so he's going to get it.
So she was a social media influencer, but didn't have much of a following, a few hundred followers, right?
Right.
So then she announces that she was diagnosed with terminal cancer with only months to live.
Oh.
She starts marketing herself as, because she had a kid, a sick mom trying to survive for her child, right?
Set up like GoFundMe's and shit.
So she started saying she was recovering a little bit due to these holistic diets she came up with. She had these holistic diets, and then all of a sudden, skyrockets, millions of followers, right? And miraculously,
she kept curing herself. I read about this chick,
And then she's the survivor. Everybody's like, how is she doing this? So she decided to make an app with recipes on how to survive cancer. The app became the second most popular app on the iPhone store, and it was popular on Android too. It just didn't reach second. So
yeah, because we're smarter.
Yeah, well, you are.
So let me guess.
Listen, the Apple fucked up. So Apple was so excited about this, right? They approached her. Apple's getting ready to roll out.
Oh hell yeah! They give her like $1 billion.
Right. Well, listen,
this
is right around the time they're rolling out that first Apple Watch.
Oh,
so they're like,
oh boy.
And they're trying all the fitness shit with the Apple Watch. So they're like, they make a deal with her, a very lucrative deal. The numbers were never out there, but saying like, you're going to be an automatic app on our Apple Watch, and here's your big paycheck. So if Apple decided to vet the situation a little bit, they would have realized that, number one, she never had cancer at all.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. Number two, every one of the recipes that she had on her little app were plagiarized, mostly off of Martha Stewart.
Really?
Yeah.
But how does a company do that?
Steve Jobs would have never let that happen.
Yeah.
But imagine, how can a company do that?
That Tim Cook dude is asleep at the wheel, man.
But how can a company do that? Be like, we have to run tests to make sure you actually have, prove the cancer.
That's called due diligence. They're allowed to do that.
They just saw dollar signs that didn't do due diligence. Well, listen to this. She also went around, to get followers, she also went around saying her brother had autism.
Oh,
and he did not. But he came out in a press release prior to everything trying to tell people, his exact words were I'm definitely not retarded. That's it. Yeah. In the press conference, he said that. His words. He obviously has he knows nothing about autism to even use that word around autism.
Right.
So that right there was the proof. That motherfucker don't have it. And he was saying it kind of seemed, he said it ruined his life.
He talks too real. What do you mean? That proved
like,
it.
In Australia, she's a big influencer, so everybody knows her. Try to get a job, and people might know your medical situation or think they do, and it's a little harder.
Crazy.
She also falsely claimed that she donated over $300K to foundations dealing with cancer and autism. Never profited. They said she donated around $10,000. So took her profits and just held on to them. She's eventually found out, like 2015, everything came crumbling down. Apple pulled out. They sued her. She eventually had to pay back $500,000 to various people. Right. Some came to $500,000 and, lost everything.
Yeah.
But crazy that a person, not a company, not a corporation, not these evil corporations, a person.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're going to see that happening more, I would think, with social media.
Yeah, you're right.
And the reach.
Dude, I've read so many things about people on social media doing, like, GoFundMes
and shit, right.
And then, like, oh, yeah, it's cured. And then, like, a year later, it's back again. And they do it again. And they go through, like, 6 bouts of cancer, but meanwhile, they never had cancer.
Jeff, and the danger in that is, like, people believe.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
They believe in these holistic remedies, and they stop taking the treatment, and they go this different direction.
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what's that one? I'm not familiar.
He was diagnosed with cancer, and he was desperate to, like, get rid of it anyway. So in the movie Man in the Moon, you see him go to Mexico to this dude that's just like a total bullshitter, like he's a shaman or whatever.
Right.
And the dude's pulling chicken livers out of his hand and being like, "This is the tumor," and it's not. And you see Andy Kaufman realize that this dude's full of shit.
Yeah.
Like as the guy's doing it, he's like, "Oh my god, I'm fucked."
Well, there's nothing that makes you more desperate than knowing that your time's up.
Yeah,
and that's true.
And people prey on that shit. Yep. They know, like the girl with the app. You know how many people downloaded, paid for the app? I think it was like $3.50 for the app.
Yeah,
she made a shit ton of money off.
Did she get any jail time or anything like that?
No, I think the last time I read that this all just settled in 2021, but she couldn't pay back the $500,000. Didn't have it, and
she spent that shit.
I guess there's just she eventually has to pay it back.
You should get the smacker.
like a
smack booth, yeah.
Right up,
yeah, right. Like because she's never going to pay back all those people. They should get like a $3.50 slap.
Well,
I agree.
Here's the thing:
that's a good one,
or like a flicker head.
The $3.50 isn't the real damage here. The damage is that people bought it and made these meals that they thought were curing their cancer.
Right.
It gave false hope. It also put their hope in the wrong spot. They
and not getting the right treatment is the most problem,
dude.
Right?
But like here we go again with people not using their fucking heads all the time. Like everyone's always looking for the magic thing. There's no.
But
magic
I guess when
shit.
you're in that desperate situation, who knows?
But if there was a magic thing, it would be
out.
Yeah, it'd be out, and somebody would be making a shitload of money off of it.
We're not out, being held up.
Yeah,
right. Is that what we're talking about? Right.
But let's go back to the question: Would you, if you had the cure for cancer, right? Would you give it away, or would you make profit?
I would give it away.
You would give it away,
Jonah Salk style.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah,
not going to make an app for $3.50.
Dude, you wouldn't have to. You'd be such a hero that you can do whatever. You can be like, you can make an app about
so you're not
being a good person.
I get it.
Sell it for $3.50.
You're not doing this to help people with cancer. You're doing this to be a hero.
Yeah, why else?
Yeah, I would want to be like Jonah Salk. I would want to go down in the history book as like the guy that gave away the cure for
the real Robin Hood of the medical.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
of course, I'll get good press off of that, and then I can write books and be on fucking TV shows and shit. Yeah,
do that. I like that.
But just pure greed, like you're not getting this cure unless you give me, $10,000.
It's all right, my guy.
Yeah.
No, I would.
He'd be like that. He'd be like that Martin Shkreli dude that like raised up the price of like a cancer pill from like $1 to like $6,000.
I have never ever would want to. I wouldn't want to profit off cancer, but
look at you.
I have done something shitty in my life.
Oh.
I lied about having cancer one time.
Oh,
yeah.
This has to be something to do with a chick.
No, not necessarily.
Or a job. Work.
It was an act. First off, it was an accident. I would never do this, but I got back into a corner.
Accidentally lied about having cancer.
Yeah, what?
It's a shitty story.
Let's
go. So I
don't think you know what accident means.
I was an accident. 100% an accident.
I guess
fell
we'll
into
be
this.
Jeff, we'll be the judge of this. We'll be the judge of this story, and we'll see if that was accidental or you're just out of your fucking mind. All right.
So
go.
A buddy of mine I work with is like, hey, go to this bar. I drink over there. I'm freshly 21, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'll go to the bar with you. I go to this bar. It's in Kensington. We walk in. Bartender is my old classmate. One of my old classmates. She was a really sweet young lady. So
no, you didn't.
I'm sitting there at the bar, and she just says, "Oh my God, Rick, it's been like 3-4 years. How have you been?" All excited, and I thought it would be funny just to go, "I got the cancer," because like people like, "How you been?" All bubbly.
Yeah,
but I was good. I was like smiling, laughing, like I got the cancer. She starts bawling and crying, runs away from me, goes tells her brother who's there. He's fucking crying. Because I knew them, the whole family's upset. And then they come back to me and be like, "Are you okay?" Now, how do I get out of that? How do I get out of that? I can't be like, psych, joking.
Yeah, you do.
I thought I was.
Yeah,
I thought you would laugh at that. It's my dark sense of humor.
No, I leaned in. I was a coward. I was a coward.
Did you get free drinks?
Yes, he did.
Not just that night.
This ain't an accident.
No, listen. So listen.
Until I told him I had the cure.
I didn't know what to do. She's literally hugging me, crying. I'm like patting her stomach, and I keep telling them it's not terminal. I mean, don't worry about that. I'm good. Like it's very, very curable. Like I'm trying to like back it down, and they're like, no. So then, like, all
cancer's matter.
All night my drinks are free. They just keep coming, and I'm like, I don't know how to get out of this because now I'm getting free drinks. So now it's something. Now it's another thing.
This is not an accident.
Yeah, this is.
So
I accidentally got free drinks from my fake cancer,
and the bartender split his tips with him.
And they had a beef and beer for him the next week, and he went back.
I felt so
terrible. Surprise!
But I never paid for a drink in that bar.
What's the total of this scam you pulled?
Yeah, what?
Probably like maybe thousands. But it wasn't a scam. I'm telling you, I made a mistake by making a bad joke.
You took a bunch of free shit.
How would you back out of that, Jeff? Now, say you're at the point where
psych. I'm sorry.
No. We're past that point. You're frozen, and you already let it get to the point where you're getting free drinks. How did you get out of that?
I would have never took the free drinks. I would have ran to the girl like, yo, I was only kidding. Calm down, like a normal person.
Say you've taken the free drinks. How do you get out of that?
Well, now you got to ride it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had to ride it out.
No, you let her run and then said, and then her brother.
You could have not gone back to that bar.
Buy this man a shot. He's got cancer.
You could have just not gone back to that bar.
Yeah, you could have just left.
That's true.
Changed
you could have got me
there.
there. But my friend went there.
But now he went there every day. And he started bringing other friends.
Right.
We're coming from chemo. We're coming from our chemo. Need a couple drinks.
Yeah. Oh, man.
We just came in from treatment, just trying to take the edge off.
It's one of the things I regret my life so deeply. I wish I would have had the guts to say right away, like, no.
Yeah. We appreciate the story.
But when you're in it, you're just like, I'm too cowardice. Like, I can't get out of this. Like,
another
bad
tales
jokes
from the dark
right.
side.
And with every free drink, you're deeper in.
Yeah.
Because
right.
And then the person who bought
do they taste better the further deeper in you get?
Yeah.
Well, listen.
The first two are hard to get down, but after that,
the sweet nectar of
there was guilt with every sip.
What the fuck? You stayed till closing.
But listen, eventually, my friend comes into work one day, and this is like a year later, and he's just like, "You can't go back there." And I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Dude, she was super nice to me last night, and I had to tell her." It's like, what?
Oh, he was trying to get laid.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? You told her the whole... I was like... And he goes, yeah.
You gave up your cancer scam for pussy.
And she's like, her and her brother are now looking for you.
They want their money back.
So I was in hiding for a couple of years, and then I didn't go back to the bar. I didn't even hang in that area anymore. Because they were looking for me. Bro. And then, unfortunately, she got hit by a car, and that's how it ended.
Oh.
Yeah. Sad.
Dude, what is your story?
Yeah, the most fucked
up. I don't know why I told the end.
Why did you go to her funeral?
No, I owed them money.
She did.
Her brother was still alive, bud.
Oh my!
And now, as a surprise, we're going to call him on the air.
But yeah,
and we got old Hank on the phone.
Think about if I went to the funeral and like the guy who did this to them. Yeah, I would ruin the funeral. They would just be mad at me. Like it wouldn't be a good send off.
You ruin the funeral.
Yeah, well, you'd
be confused.
Look,
like, why
if somebody dies and there's obviously somebody nobody gets along with, stay home because don't ruin the funeral. It's about saying goodbye to this person, not your anger or fight.
I'm so glad you have morals.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Wow.
This guy.
All
Dude,
right.
thank
I
you.
think that's
Thank you.
the
You never
end of the
did
episode.
You guys never did a cancer thing.
You never did.
You never did a cancer thing.
No, you're on your own.
Didn't
buddy.
you do another cancer thing?
Oh no! So you weren't that
No,
regretful?
Josh don't want to tell that story.
Nah, we're good.
He's about. He's all high and mighty. I'll tell that fucking story. Yep, he's shutting it down.
I remember that
I
one
didn't
too.
get free any. I was
Yep.
young. I don't care. I'll tell it. I mean, shit. I was a kid.
Nah, I think we shouldn't. Nah,
Yeah, that one.
Nah, that one's.
I was being influenced for
like
sure.
that one. I was like
The
13,
audience will
he
be-
was
Yeah,
like
all right,
10.
let it go. Let it go. Let it
The
go.
audience would be mad at me for being
I think
friends
they're
with you
already
guys.
pissed. I think you're already fucked on
We
that
were
note,
like,
my
just
man.
given the age, we were 13 and 10 and stupid. We mimicked something, not cancer. We didn't play like we had cancer, but we mimicked
He was
something.
13.
we
I
shouldn't.
was 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We seen
Definitely
somebody doing something,
much
we did it,
younger.
and then regretted it immediately.
Yeah,
But,
you
yeah.
did.
That's it. I mean, let's end this. 'cause,
Yeah, I think it's a very special episode of Conspiracy Zone.
yeah, we're cancer for profit. Even I'm involved.
Yeah, drinks.
Yeah, I did it for free drinks. I could only 100 billion. I could imagine.
Yeah,
Dude, this is so not cool.
Yeah.
This is
I
so not
regret it.
cool.
I wish I never did it.
Well, do dumb shit.
And
when you're
like I
young.
said, it was by
You do dumb
accident. I
shit
got
when
back
you're
into
young.
that.
by accident. I think we have to have a talk about what
Oh,
by
yeah.
accident means.
The intervention just changed this to getting this shit together.
So, anyways, we're done.
Yeah.
What a good way to end it.
All right. Don't
right.
forget to like, follow,
And
and subscribe.